I'm Sanjana from Catholic School College Parliament. This is my sixth lecture for third sem student. I am I am teaching group theory. So in group theory today, I am teaching the diagraphical representation of the mapping F from A to B. Let A and B be two sets and let F be a function or mapping from A to B. That is F A to B. Then the mapping may be represented by a diagram as follows. Number one, the set A and B are represented by the two closed plane areas or by two circles. Number two, the elements of the set A and B are represented by points inside this region. Number three, the elements of A and B which are associated with each other are connected by means of a straight line or arcs. Thus, the mapping F from A to B is represented by means of a collection of arcs joining the points which represent the elements of A to the point B. Let F be a function under which an element x belongs to A corresponding to an element y belongs to B. Then the function fx to y can be represented by means of a diagram as shown in your slide. Now, one to one, suppose x is equal to 30 degree, 45 degree and 60 degree, and the fx is sine x. Then fx should be half 1 by root 2 and root 3 by 2 successively. Then a one-to-one relation from A to B, that is y equal to fx is known as one-to-one relation. Now, suppose the elements of A are x1, x2, x3, and x4, and the elements are B are shown in your figure. Then, if a relation of the type is shown, then this is known as the many-one mapping. Mind it, for every element of A, there should be an image in B. For every element of A should have their images in B. Then every point in A is joined to some point in B by an arc. Number two, the same point in A cannot join to two or more distinct points in B. Number two should be noted, the same point in A cannot be joined to two or more distinct points in B. Number three, two or more points in A may be joined to the same point in B. There may be some points in B which are not joined to any point in A. So, type of the function we are going to study. What do you understand by into mapping and onto mapping? In into mapping, there should remain more than one element in B, which is not the F images of the elements of A. But in onto mapping, there should no element remains in B, which is not the F images of elements of A. Again, into mapping, there remains some one or more elements in B which is not the elements, which is not the images of the elements of A, but in onto mapping, there should not remain any element in B which is the F images of elements of A. Now, 1, 1 into means the mapping should be 1, 1, and there may remain extra element in B which is not the F images of elements of A. Now 1, 1 on 2, again the mapping is 1 to 1, that is for every element in A there is separate images in B, but there does not remain any one or more element in B which is not the F images of elements of A. Now, similarly, many one into. Many one mapping means the separate elements of A may have a, same elements in a same element images of the elements in B, such as ABC has their images in B we can see on screen, that is 1. But here the member 2 is sep- uh, is remains in B, which is not the images of any values of A. So in this case, the mapping is many one, because many elements in A have the same images in B, many one, and in 2 because there is one element in B which does not have, which is not an F images of elements of A. Similarly, many one on 2, there must not remain any element in B which is not the images of A. So we can see it here. So students, go through the examples given on your screen and proceed. Now we will explain real valued function. If a mapping F be such that a set is mapped into the set R, that is a set of real numbers, by it, then the mapping or function is called a real valued function. Suppose f is a function from a to R and fx is equal to sin x or fx is equal to x square plus 4. So if we put the values of x, we get the values of fx, and which belongs to the real number. So here the function is f a to r. Similarly, then identity mapping. If each element of a set is mapped onto itself, then it is called the identity mapping. That is, Ix is equal to x for all x belongs to A. Mind it, all x belongs to A. That is, fx is equal to x itself. Now, the constant function, if fx is equal to b, that is for all x's belongs to A, fx is same or constant, it is an example of a constant function. Now the inverse function. Let A be a function from A to B. Let x belongs to A and y belongs to B and y is equal to fx. Then the inverse of y consists of those elements of x which are mapped onto y. It is denoted by f inverse y. The function then f inverse y is equal to an element of x. So x belongs to A, fx is equal to y, that means f inverse y. In general, f inverse y and y belongs to y or y belongs to B will consist of more than one element, or it might be an empty set. That is, there is no element of A whose image is in Y. Now, isomorphic mapping. If G and G dash are two groups, each denoted multiplicatively, that is, they are grouped with respect to the operation multiplication. A mapping F of G into G dash is said to be an isomorphic mapping if number 1, F is 1-1 mapping, that is, distinct elements of G have distinct images in G dash, and number 2, F into A into B should be equal to FA into FB for every element A and B belongs to G. When we say that F is a mapping from G into G dash, we also say includes the possibility that mapping F may be onto mapping G to G dash is if the mapping is into G into G dash, the mapping may be also G onto G dash. So today this much only. Thank you.